What's going on, guys? Zuko back with another Dragonflight video. How's everybody doing? We are going to talk about Survival Hunter today again, and we're going to go over the build that we're going to go over a bunch of different builds. The one we're going to talk about today is sort of the Ranger build. We're going to call it the Ranger build for survival, and I'll talk about why in a second. On the beta right now, they have finally released the ability to create a level 70 template character, and that's allowed me to just make this brand new hunter. You can see this is not the same hunter that I have on live, and it allows us to try out these different builds that we weren't able to try before, because Survival Hunter, as I said in my previous video, it's incredibly like tight on the talent points. Like, you're very restricted on what talent points you can essentially take. Just the way that their tree is structured is actually a little bit frustrating, and I want to start with that. Just give me a second here. So, number one, for Survival Hunter in particular, you have to go take Alpha Predator. I cannot imagine a world where you build something. Let me move my camera a little bit here. I cannot imagine a world where you build Survival Hunter without taking Alpha Predator. It just doesn't really make sense. Kill Command is your main source of focus regen. It is the main way you get your focus back. And if you're not pressing it, there's a lot of things that aren't happening. You're not getting the bleed and the haste from Bloodseeker. And of course, there's a bunch of other capstone nodes that have important trigger effects that coincide with Kill Command. So for example, Spearhead. Not Spearhead, Fury of the Eagle. Fury of the Eagle, Spearhead also has one, but Fury of the Eagle says Kill Command cooldown resets reduce the cooldown of Fury of the Eagle by 3 seconds. That's pretty important. Spearhead is where you get more damage on your Mongoose Bite or Raptor Strike, and your pet gets more damage. And Kill Command has a 20% increased chance to reset again. And if it does reset with Deadly Duo, then you extend the duration of Spearhead. So resetting Kill Command is so important. So if you only have one charge of Kill Command, it's just awful. It makes your gameplay feel really awful. That's the main point there. And unfortunately, that means that you get forced to come down here still to grab Alpha Predator for Survival Hunter. I just cannot imagine a world where you do not grab Alpha Predator. I think it's just straight up wrong. So that's a problem, in my opinion, because it means that, Survival Hunter is limited in their choices, because you have to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 talent points over here to go get this, which means you're incredibly limited on what else you can do at the bottom of the tree. That's half of the talents that you get to spend in the bottom of the class tree. It's usually, you get 10 points here, I think. Yeah, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5. So half my points are spent on something that I can't change, which is just not really good design. It's just not the way you want to be designing a game, a spec, in my opinion. So what else do we do with our points? Well, you can get the crit in the middle here, and I'm missing out on the crit, as you can see. We're missing 4% crit, and then I'm missing Death Chakram. But I'd have to go 1, 2, 3 into Death Chakram, and then I'd have to go 4, 5 into Master Marksman. And that's all the points that I would have once again. Or I could go 2 into Master Marksman, 1 into Serpent Sting, and 1 into a Serpent Sting buff, which I would like to do. Or I can try this Bleed build out, but the problem with this, and this is the build I'm going to highlight today. This is the Ranger build I want to talk about today. It has Ranger on the spec side, and it has some Bleed components on the left side, on the class side here. The problem is, for this Ranger build to work, I need Explosive Shot, and this is my biggest gripe about the class tree right now that is still a major problem. And I submitted a bug report today to Blizzard, actually, and I'm going to, hopefully they're going to see on the forums and stuff people complaining about this, but Arctic Bola is incredibly bad. It is such a bad ability. The amount of damage that it does might as well be 0. It's doing 0.8% of my damage, and it's 2 talent points. 2 talent points. And I'm not pressing Raptor Strike that much in my AoE rotation. I will give you that. But I still pressed it 22 times during this fight that I just did. Definitely on single target, I've tried Arctic Bola. It's still bad on single target fights, which is where it's designed, I think, to work, is in a single target environment. So This is not okay. This is 2 talent points, and it blocks explosive shot and barrage. And, like, I want explosive shot for my cool ranger build that I'm trying over here. But, like, it's just really bad design. Blizzard needs to change this because it doesn't do enough. It's just not worth taking, and it's 2 freaking points. So once again, you're more limited in what you're trying to do. So that's gonna be my gripes about the tree. Also, on the spec side, there's similar problems where there's a lot of 2-point fillers here. 2 points here, 2 points here, 2 points here, 2 points there, 3 points at the bottom for Ruthless Marauder. Like 2 points for Coordinated Kill, which is a buff to Coordinated Assault. 2 points for that. There's 2 points for Explosive Shot, 2 points for Deadly Duel. Like, I just don't really understand why Survival Hunter is still set up this way. There are so many 2-point talents in here that are just, like, very, very simple. Like Raptor Strike, Mongoose Bite, Butchery damage by 10%. That should be 1 point. Why is that 2? Like, same Tactical Advantage, Flanking Strike, Wildfire Bomb damage by 10%. Like, only 8% on Wildfire Bomb. Sorry, Flanking Strike, I guess, goes up by 20%. That should be like a 1-point talent. And they should nerf the numbers on it a little bit. Like, it just completely hamstrings your ability to build whatever build you want. And it's basically going to pigeonhole you into one build, in my opinion, or maybe 2 builds kind of thing. Not to mention that Spearhead is still just horrifically bad. So very frustrating stuff on the tree, even at level 70. And this is something I wasn't able to test until now, but even at level 70, it's a little bit frustrating. So having said that, what's the build that I'm going to try today? Well, we're talking about this Ranger build. And what does this mean? It means mostly it's about this talent right here. So Kill Shot, Serpent Sting, Arcane Shot, Steady Shot, Explosive Shot deal 40% more damage. So very, very cool. Now you're going to notice I don't even take Serpent Sting over here. I'm going to have it applied by Viper's Venom and through Wildfire Infusion. So Wildfire Infusion, if you throw the green bomb, it will apply Serpent Sting now. And Viper's Venom says Raptor Strike and Mongoose Bite have a chance to apply Serpent Sting to your target. That is how I'm getting Serpent Sting on my targets, because I don't actually have the talent points available to come over here and take Serpent Sting naturally. Now, what else is supporting this Ranger build? You got Master Marksman, which is a bleed. So your attacks have a chance to put a bleed on the enemy. We have Serrated Shots, which says Serpent Sting and bleed damage goes up by 10%. I would like to put 2 points into this, but because of the way Arctic Bolo works, I can't. So again, if they change Arctic Bolo, which I really hope they do, then you'll be able to get more value out of Serrated Shots. Okay. We have Kill Command having 2 charges and Bloodseeker over here, which makes Kill Command put a bleed on the enemy. So this whole build is about putting bleeds on the enemies and putting dots on the enemies and then having all those dots buffed. So Serpent Sting and Explosive Shot is another big AoE. It's not a dot, but it's getting a huge amount of damage, 40% more damage on Explosive Shot. And then I'm getting dots from the Serrated Shots, Master Marksman, and the Kill Command stuff, which is with Bloodseeker. Finally, we get to the big combo, which is Coordinated Assault, and I'm buffing it with Birds of Prey. So this is not the full-blown bomb build. It is instead, we're pivoting a bit over to Kill Shot. So Kill Shot strikes up to 3 additional targets while Coordinated Assault is active. So for a total of 4 targets, which is really, really cool. Now, on top of that, because of Coordinated Kill, it says that Kill Shot's cooldown is reduced by 50%. Kill Shot can be used against any target regardless of their health. And now Kill Shot's going to hit 3 extra targets, 4 targets total. The base Coordinated Assault also says that Kill Shot bleeds targets for 50% of Kill Shot's damage. So we're seeing like all of the Shadowlands Venthyr Hunter ability kind of working its way into Survival Hunter here, right? So that ability used to be, you threw a bleed on an enemy, and then it had a chance to trigger Kill Shot for you, and you could fire off a Kill Shot for free, and it would do extra damage. It would bleed nearby enemies. So all of the pieces of the Venthyr ability are in here now, in Birds of Prey, in Coordinated Kill, in Coordinated Assault. So on top of that, Kill Shot's doing 40% more damage because of Ranger, and it's got a 25% more critical hit damage from Kill Shot is up by 25%. So that's the big, the huge capstone piece of this build is when you press Coordinated Assault, your damage goes through the roof because of all the kill shot damage that's coming through. Okay? So, on top of that, we have Butchery that's just going to be resetting the cooldown of our bombs. And, of course, when you're in Coordinated Assault, your Wildfire Bombs do more damage as well, which is very, very cool. And the cooldown of Wildfire Bomb also goes down. So, lots of cooldown, lots of speed. Fury of the Eagle is here simply to cool down our Wildfire Bombs and to do damage, which is good. You can see it does a decent amount of damage here. It's down here. It's only doing about 3%. But its main thing is to reset the cooldown on our bombs. That's really what it's for. And also, we're not really getting the full value out of this. And I'm going to talk about this in a second. But I'm going to add a turn up here to this so that we have at least 5 targets. But in reality, a lot of what's going on here is going to be valuable in, 6 to 10 target cleave. Like, you're going to be getting way more damage. Wildfire Bomb hits all enemies, like, in front of you, right? And Butchery hits all enemies. Explosive Shot hits all enemies. Fury of the Eagle hits all enemies. It has reduced damage below 5. But we're missing a ton of AoE damage here, and I want you guys to understand that when you look at the damage numbers overall and you see, well, that looks kind of low to me, just remember that, number one, I only have 10% haste. My haste is horrifically low. It should be like 30 or above, like 30+% haste. On top of that, I am only 340. I am 340 eye level, which is nice. I'm in like the starter set of gear, but it's really the secondary stats that are in the toilet. And so if I had better secondary stats, this would look better. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to add a turnip here, as we always do. Oh, I don't have it now because I'm not on the right account. Oh, God. Okay, we can't even add a turnip, so don't worry about it. We're only going to do 4 targets. That's fine. So this is only 4 target cleave. I just want to show you how does this build function, and I want you guys to pay attention to, like, how does this feel? Does it flow nicely? Is it like a decent build? Not necessarily how much damage does it do, but does it feel good to play? That's really what you want to know. Okay. So remember, in Coordinated Assault, it's kind of all about kill shot. So we're going to start with Explosive Shot into like a bomb, and then we're going to Butchery the bomb a couple times to get the bleed going, and then we're going to pop Coordinated Assault, and we're going to go. Okay? So, I want to pop Lust, too. Let's just see how that goes. Here we go. Bomb. Spin. Spin, spin. Here we go. Bomb. I'm going to bomb again, actually. Then we're going to do Fury, and then I'm going to pop Coordinated Assault, and we're going to go. Here we go. So we're doing 50k right now, you can see. Anytime kill shot comes back, we're firing it. Anytime it comes back. We're going to get one more kill shot off here. That's it. That's all we get in our window. But that's okay. That was still pretty good. Now, we're in our regular rotation now. So that was our big damage up front, was the kill shot damage. I'm going to hold off on the bomb for a second. One more kill command. Here we go. Then we go bomb into this. Try to get as much damage out as we can with this bomb. Remember, our bleeds do a lot of extra damage. So if we ever get that blue bomb, that does a lot of extra bleed damage for us. Fury of the Eagle to cool down our bombs a little bit. Shrapnel bomb, we go shrapnel bomb, and then we spin to get bleed damage going, because we are buffing our bleed damage a little bit. So remember that. Anytime we Raptor Strike, there's a chance we'll add a Serpent Sting, which is always nice. So the regular rotation here is not really different. You're throwing bombs, and you're doing, not Carve, but Butchery now, because Carve is literally useless. Get the bleeds going here, because we got the blue bomb. I'm always tab targeting through, because I want to try and add Serpent Stings with my Raptor Strike, if possible. We're always trying to do that. Explosive Shots back. We're going to cast that on cooldown. Once we get our Coordinated Assault back, we're going to go with that one more time, and then we'll go look at the damage numbers. Okay. Also, it's still bugged right now. When I throw the red bomb, it's not triggering my kill. My kill command should have an automatic chance of resetting every time I press it when I have the red bomb on the enemies, like the pheromone bomb, right? It's not working. So, again, that's a slight, like, nerf right now. It didn't reset right there. I have the red bomb on right now, and it didn't reset. So that's kind of tragic, but just the way it's going right now. Okay, we've got a red bomb coming up here, or a bleed bomb. We're going to do this. We're going to bleed. We're going to do one more Fury of the Eagle, and then kill. Coordinated Assault is back. We're going to go with Coordinated Assault. Here we go. Here we go. Kill command. Or kill shot, sorry. We always want the kill shot. Kill shot's the priority here because we took the birds of prey. Okay, kill shot's coming back. I'm going to press it again. There we go. You can see our damage goes up whenever we press kill shot. Watch my damage. Boom, 31.1. It does so much damage. That extra bleed you're getting does so much damage. And that's the basic rotation there. Boom, we're out. That's about 31k. We started out, we topped out at like 50k, and then we slowly came down to like 31k over the course of the fight. That was a almost 3-minute fight there. Okay? So you can see with that build, kill shot just goes through the roof. And I'm pretty sure it's counting all of the kill shot damage from coordinated from coordinated kill, because coordinated kill, oh no, sorry, it's actually coordinated assault that gives you the bleed. Frig, I forget. They spread all this out. It's brutal. I think the bleed that we get from kill shot is included in the kill shot icon here, because or it might be here. It might be here. This could be it as well, bleeding gash, but that doesn't make sense to me because it's not enough damage. So this looks like this is the bleed that we're getting from kill shot. However, it says that it bleeds the target for 50% of kill shot's damage. And like kill shot did 655k. So it should be 320k. This bleed should be 320k. It's only showing up as 197k. So two things could be happening here. Number one, it could be that the bleed that you get from coordinated assault only procs off of the one kill shot that hits the enemy. So all the extra kill shots you're getting from birds of prey are probably not proccing the bleed from coordinated assault. And if that's true, that's garbage, and that needs to change. Like, that's why else would I take this? This is the whole reason I want to take this. I'm getting a bunch of extra kill shots, 3 extra kill shots. They should all be bleeding the enemy. And if they're not, then that's really, really bad. And that's what I suspect is happening here, where the bleed from the kill shot looks like it's only probably proccing off of one kill shot, because this should be a 320k DPS here. It should be way higher. So that's a little frustrating. Also, obviously, the kill command not working with pheromone bomb was very frustrating as well. We're like losing some value there from focus regeneration. So, but you can see just from like a build point of view, it felt fairly smooth. There really wasn't a moment where I was like stuck with no buttons to press. It actually felt fairly smooth just playing the entire build. You know, when you pop coordinated assault, you do your kill shots in your regular rotation, but you're getting as many kill shots in as you possibly can. And then the rest of the time, you just make sure to press, you know, explosive shot, throw your bombs out there, cool down your bombs with Fury of the Eagle, and then lots of bomb plus butchery, and then you're still using your kill command cooldowns. And then, you know, your last filler button is going to be Raptor Strike. And that's kind of how the build works. And I think it works actually quite well. In single target, you're going to be getting more value out of the tip of the spear, because, I mean, we were getting some value here, but in single target, you're never going to be pressing butchery, right? So you're going to be getting that extra tip of the spear value on your Raptor Strike. So that's kind of how the build works. I did try this with Quick Shot, which you would think, well, if you're doing the Ranger build, it buffs the damage of Arcane Shot by 40%. Why wouldn't you take Quick Shot? It's because Arcane Shot still does literally no damage. I've tried this in one of my tests a minute ago before I was on camera, and like, it just doesn't proc enough to actually do any damage. It did 1% of my damage, I think, overall, the Arcane Shot. Even though I had the Ranger buff, it still didn't do any damage. So I think Quick Shot is a bit of a meme. I don't know why it's here. They either need to increase the chance. Like, it needs to be a guaranteed chance for it to happen, or else it probably just isn't worth it at all. Like, your kill commands don't reset all the time. So, like, this only procs... This has a 30% chance to proc if your kill command resets itself, which is another proc chance. So you have like a chance on a chance to fire an Arcane Shot. And it's just like, it's not good enough. It's nowhere near good enough. So anyway, this build is interesting. This is just my first attempt at like a bleed / explosive shot ranger type build that focuses on kill shot striking multiple enemies in AoE. The other side of this build is that you simply change Birds of Prey out for Bombardier. And then it just says your Wildfire Bomb's cooldown is reset at the start and end of Coordinated Assault, which is great. And that would be the full-blown bomb build. And you wouldn't probably take Explosive Shot. You'd have to change some stuff over here. I'm not entirely sure what you would change, but generally speaking, you wouldn't take Ranger anymore because you're not really focused on those other shots. You're focused on Bomb. You'd probably take Explosive at Expert instead to get 2 seconds off the cooldown of Wildfire Bomb. That would be really, really helpful. And a couple of other things. But this is the kind of Ranger bleed build that I'm trying to work on. And so far, I think it's okay. I will say, like, in Lust, the burst potential is outrageous. Like, it's really actually strong. I only had 4 target cleave there, and I was doing 50k, which is really good. Again, my haste value is 10 freaking %. We could have 3 times more haste. We could have 30% haste, and it would feel so much better to play this build. On top of that, I just think the build, you know, would function a lot better if you had more targets. So there is something to this build. It's not super great right now, but again, our stats are just really, like, muted, and I didn't really have enough targets. So I do think there's something here. In terms of how the build feels to play, it feels good. It feels strong, and it feels smooth. I never felt for a moment like I didn't know what button to press, or it felt like I was, like, out of sync with the kind of buttons that I wanted to press. So just remember, guys, that this testing phase right now can sometimes be, like, difficult to judge, because it's like all we want to do is look at the numbers. I just want to look at the damage, right, and see, like, where's my damage coming from. And it's like it's not really that accurate. I don't have any gear. I don't have any haste. This is like bare bones type stuff, and it's all in beta. Stuff isn't even working. I don't think this kill shot bleed thing is working. I'm going to go report that to Blizzard today and see. Hopefully, maybe they fix that kind of thing. But we'll have to see just how it goes. This is the Ranger build. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think that there's a sort of a bleed focus Ranger type build that you could build for a survival hunter? Do you think there's one here that would work? What do you think about it? What would you change in my talent tree that I didn't take? Let me know in those comments down below. Thank you guys so much again for watching. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate the support from all of you. If you want to check out my Patreon, there's a link down below to that as well. Thank you once again. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.